What's up, folks? I had a couple requests to do a side-by-side. The 2015 GLA 250 versus the GLA 45 AMG, which is also the same year, 2015. Both cars are pretty similar in terms of the appearance package. So this GLA 250 has the AMG package, so it doesn't have the big fog lights up front like you have in the standard GLAs. And the grille is different. This grille was blacked out along with lower valence. It's the identical lower valence that goes on this C45 GLA 45 AMG. You can see there's a custom towel rag there. Now that's just a cover for the front plate. So both cars have the AMG package, obviously. The AMG wheels here are 19-inch, same size that comes on the GLA 45 AMG. Same size, different wheel, same tire size. So excuse how dirty both cars are. Actually, I think the GLA 45 looks a little bit more black because it's not as dusty, not quite as dusty as the 250. The 250 will be gone in a couple days. I'm going to end up selling it either to Carvana, Vroom, or CarMax. Probably going to be Vroom or CarMax because Carvana ended up doing me dirty and changing the offer that they gave me last minute, which I really didn't like. So anyways, I'll probably do a video on that. Both cars are 4MATIC, or that's Mercedes-Benz all-wheel drive system. So you could definitely see the GLA 250 is taller. I really like that. I could drive it kind of like an SUV or a truck. I didn't have to worry about the curves, hitting the curb or going over bumps and going slow. So far on the GLA 45, I haven't had that issue, but I know that I won't be able to have as much clearance as I do. You could actually see here, this is stock height. I had this car lifted for a little while, but I took that kit off. So about a hand, one of my hand widths a little tight there. And then on the 45 AMG, you can see like 2 fingers basically. Now it's 2 fingers. That can fit between the wheel and the fender. So yeah, I did have a little 1.5-inch lift kit on this for a little while. I was going to try and go for that kind of Subaru Crosstrek-y look, all-terrain wheels. Didn't end up going that route, and I'm really glad I didn't because I'm super happy with the GLA 45 AMG. I've heard and seen some people getting the 250 up to supposedly the low 300 horsepower wheel horsepower, not just 300 crank horsepower, which is a lot, I think, for that stock non-AMG motor. Although the blocks, from what I've seen on the two engines, look very similar in design. Obviously, the AMG has a few more upgrades done to the engine. Supposedly the transmission's identical in the two cars, except the 45 has a different tune for shifting. Both trannies feel pretty similar. The 45 does feel smoother for sure, especially the stop-start on the 45 feels a lot smoother than it does on the 250. So when you come to a stoplight and you put your foot on the brake, the car will stop. It's supposed to be fuel efficient, save you some gas. On the 250, I always had to turn it off. On the 45 AMG, it's super smooth. I don't mind it. It's quick, and it's much better. Obviously, drilled slotted brakes, they're bigger. Standing up, I'm about 6 foot side by side. If I didn't see the wheel well or the wheel wells, I wouldn't be able to tell as much about the height difference. But when I have the camera here, I can see that the 250, actually right there doesn't look like it, but you can kind of tell a little more at certain angles that the 250 is definitely taller. Handling much better on the 45 AMG. Interior package is very similar. The other one, the GLA 250, has the panoramic roof, the backup camera, and the AMG front grille, which we already went over. This GLA 45 also has a panoramic roof and the backup camera, and not every GLA comes with that. This one also has the upgraded Recaro seats. They're performance seats / race seats. They are, I don't know how they're on a long drive yet, but for sure on the curves they hug you a lot tighter. They squeeze you. Feels pretty good. What else we got here? And then those rags are just there to cover up the license plate. I know they look kind of nasty, but is what it is. I'll probably be debadging the 45 and then just doing a tune. The exhaust on the 45 is really nice for a 4-cylinder. I wouldn't change it. I'm probably going to be keeping it as it is. And actually, I think I have the key for it. We can try and do a cold start real quick on the 45. GLA 250. I thought about trying to find a GLA 45 AMG exhaust for the 250, maybe get it to sound similar. Again, glad I didn't put my money into that. The GLA 45, well, it also has those little door sills that light up when you open the door. Can't tell now because it's daytime. The steering wheel here, it's a flat bottom steering wheel instead of being fully round. It's not super flat. It's cool, nice aesthetics. In terms of drivability or anything, doesn't change anything. So here's a cold start. Turn off the radio. Let's see what we got here. So sometimes when you cold start it, it'll do a little crackle or pop, telling me that I need some gas. So you can see the seats up close. Back seats are more comfortable. The seats down because I usually have my golf clubs or I bring the dogs in here. And yeah, this also has the black headliner, which the GLA 250 doesn't have. The darker headliner doesn't make a huge difference, but I do like the darker color on the headliner. Just a little less worry if something dirty touches it, or don't have to worry much of staining. One of the small things that I think gets overlooked a lot, and it probably does because I'm probably one of the only people who really cares about it, but I used to have, if you watch my other videos, a C350 that was also an AMG package, and it came with the almost identical pedals where they're like that brushed aluminum look, and then it has those little rubber grips on it, whereas the GLA 250, even with the AMG package, just has plain black rubber pedals. So shifter position also moves in the AMG. It gets rid of a cup holder in the GLA 250, which was kind of like my trash can anyway, so I'm glad it got rid of that, less junk in the car. Real simple, just hold the brake, forward is reverse, and then down is drive, and then push the button for park. This GLA 45 also has the digital AC controls there, whereas on the 250 it's just the knob that you turn, and it doesn't tell you what temperature it is. You kind of just line it up where you want, and that's pretty much it. I did add these little blue rings there, just a nice little aesthetic look inside. The GLA also has the carbon fiber background in the gauge cluster there a little bit. So there's a few more options. I haven't launched this car yet. Hopefully going to be doing that in the next week or two. See what it does stock, putting it on the dyno, and then getting a tune for it. I'm not going to do anything crazy. Going to go something simple, and we'll go from there. Hopefully I'll make a few update videos on those, kind of see how this car would do against maybe like a 335D, a 328D, Camaro ZL1, and Mustang GT, just because those are the only cars that I would be able to drive all the way down to Mexico to compete against and see how it would do. Not expecting it to take out the V8 muscle cars, but hopefully I can keep up with them. So we'll see what it does, and thanks for watching.